Live loud 5 FM.
To the power of
5.
It's MsCosmo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the stir up. It's about to be hot right now. We're about to do the craziest interview. With MsCosmo in the building one time, Tootie Stark in the building one time. We're dropping the OFF BOYZ remix. You know what time it is? Yeah.
In studio, we got with me right about now. Make some noise. For Tootie Stark. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you, and yourself?
So it's been a long time coming for you to come into studio, what?
Right? It's been so, I've been doing like satellite broadcasts.
He's been like begging me, like, come on, Cosmo, come on. I'm like, your time's coming, relax you.
Yeah.
But things happen for a reason, you know what I mean? They happen within the time that they're supposed to happen. So for those people who are still trying to get into who you are and what you're about, give us a brief synopsis of who they think Tootie Stark is.
AKA Tootie Stark, AKA Tootie 2, AKA Tootie baby. Yeah. Basically, just a recording music artist from Durban, living in the north, repping the north, pushing the brand of music that's about to come alive in the city of Johannesburg and across the country by extension.
What's branding the north? What is that? What does that mean? What is the north?
What is the north? Well, the north is a geographic location, just like the south, just like the east, just like the west. And I mean, of course, you've got your bigger heads like Leslie, for example, who have been captaining that whole movement in the north. But it's also time for some young blood, you know, as well, to come across and make the parts. Yeah.
So you're not part of New North. You're not part of that movement. They're
the homies.
There's plenty North movements that are happening in Johannesburg at the moment. So if you don't live in Joburg, you must understand that the North God is the king of the North. That's what he calls himself. No, he's not Jon Snow. He's just the king of the North. And then there's the New North kids who tried to run Joburg in their own time. Are you separate from that?
I mean, we all run separately. But I mean, within those separate entities, I think we're all for the betterment of our geographic location. You know? So that's
as long as everyone's repping, I guess.
Yeah. Shout out to Till one way as well.
Shout out, man. Okay, so Tootie Stark, you're an artist who's you featured on a couple of songs that I think we've possibly heard indirectly here on 5FM. I mean, you did that song
with Isle of Sky,
which actually played on the top 40 here on 5FM. It did really well on 5 as well.
Top 40 for 2016.
Yes. You also had dropped a single that I played, and it actually hit the top 5. Called Boom Bap Play. It was featured with .com as well as Mark, as well as Honks. I think is also on the song.
He's retired now, but
well, he's still on the song. You got to give the homies credits at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You do have a new EP, or is it an album? It's an EP.
It's on the way.
Yes.
You're actually the first person to know that we are officially dropping it on the 30th of September.
Nice.
It was supposed to be on the 1st of September, but we needed to do some finessing.
Yes.
And we're almost in the process of finishing that off. So 30th September, we're dropping it.
Dope. How many tracks are on it?
8.
8 songs?
8 excluding the remix.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
8 including the remix.
Including.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so kind of give us a little bit of an idea as to what the difference is between Tootie Stark, Boom Bap Play, compared to Tootie Stark, who's now going to be dropping on the 30th of September.
I think the difference is just sonically there. In terms of the music itself, I mean the bars are still there. You can play track 1 to track 8 on the EP, and you'll still get the same sort of aggression and the same sort of content that you would have found on Boom Bap Play if that was the first time you're listening to me. But outside of that, there's a lot of growth as well. You know, I think before I was really just trying to show my lyrical prowess as an artist, but I think now I'm actually trying to cultivate a sort of culture in terms of the music that you listen to. That's why we stand on couches and and have a lot of fun.
Please don't come to my house and jump on my couch.
My mom actually hates me because I do it whenever I go home. I always stand on the couch as well. Yeah.
So you practice at home? Imagine.
No, I'm still coming to your house. The same way.
You would probably be kicked out real fast, real soon.
I'm trying to connect.
Whatever. Don't try and make it seem simple out here. Whatever, homie. All right, cool. So I'm quite excited about the album. What features can we kind of expect?
Outside of the remix, I only work with people that are organic with me and on the come up as well, because I do feel like it's part of a personal journey to make sure that there are a lot of people that get exposed to new music.
Yes.
And I mean, myself as a come up artist, obviously obviously, I mean, to get on this microphone has been quite a struggle, you know. It's been hard. I'll never mince my words about that. So I feel like I owe it to all the people that I know that are just as talented to give them that platform on my leg. When it comes to the album, of course, there'll be a change when obviously you have those features that will attract their attention, and also to show you that you're on the same sort of musical level. However, for the EP, I think it was generally just about introducing myself as an artist and more importantly, putting my friends on. So Steve Kent, for example, who's a super talented musician, he's also on the come up. He's on there.
Nice.
There's a gentleman called Q. They call him Mr. Sexy GQ. he's also on there on the vocals, which is the actual lead single called Games. The name of the EP is called Games. By the way, he's going to be on the lead single for the EP as well. So yeah, it's really just a body of work for people who really want to express themselves.
All right, so there's something exciting that you're dropping for us today. So I've been playing Off Boys on the show since it dropped. I remember I used to get like Facebook posts as well, and I used to get SMSs, I used to get WhatsApps all the time, like, yo, we really did that song. I remember I even sent you a screen grab of some homie in King Williamstown who was like, that's our track, keep playing it. Did really well on the local top 5. Now you've got the remix.
Yes.
Who's featured on the remix?
Reason is featured. Leslie is featured. Les. And I think those two artists are probably one of my biggest influences as an artist. You know, obviously you look for external influences. You've got your Kanye's, you've got your Jay's.
Yes.
But I also think it's very important to draw inspiration from the people that are closer to home.
Yes.
That have really shifted the culture. And Reason, obviously, for his bars.
Yes.
Phenomenal. I want to be like him when I write. And Leslie, of course, the steez is too much, you know.
So you brought him on for the
since the days of Tippy Toes, he's finessed every single song that
bowing
that
down
he's
to the
been
king
on.
of the north. Or
Yeah. So it was only right to get those two artists on board. And there was a whole lot of tension. You know, I sent the beat to actually, like, obviously playing open cards to a lot of people as well. And sometimes it came right, sometimes it didn't come right. But I think this actual mix and this collection of artists, as be it as it may, you know, it took long, definitely. But now that we're here, man, it's super awesome.
So you excited by the final product now?
Yeah.
You don't think it could be any better?
I'm super keen. I don't think it could have been any better if we re-recorded it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there not one artist that you feel should have at least been on, even though it didn't quite happen?
Well, I don't know. They must ask me to be on it.
Is this a tricky question or what?
I think. Actually, Dumi definitely should have been on it.
Yes.
It would have been a privilege and an honor. I think we had the conversation about Boom Bap Play as well. Back in the day, and I really want him to get on any of my projects because that's like the hero of the game.
Yes. All right, cool. So we're going to be playing Thuli Stock's remix of Off Boys here on 5FM. It is going to be happening right here. So make sure that you hashtag the Stir Up and tweet us on the Weekend of 5. Also send through all of your comments and tell me how much you love that track.
So it's the Off Boys remix. So turn that sound up and make sure you bump it hard because this is the summer joy.
For your top boys, puff pass, it's a hot joy. For people touching the convoy, kicking rounds trying to get the land for our little girls and the hot boys. Off Boys say woo, Off Boys go wild. Off Boys say woo, Off Boys go wild. I catch the ball like a running back. Give me the blood, not the middleman. Show me the mayo, I'm whipping that. I told her she bad, so she feeling mad. Off Boys say woo, Off Boys go wild.
We do have a lot of really awesome artists coming through onto the local top 5 Thuli Stock. Where do you think the game is sitting right now with regards to new talent?
It's hard.
Yeah.
I still am new talent. I mean, I've been doing this thing for about 9 years now, but it feels like I've just started like last week in terms of the game really opening itself up to me.
Yes.
However, I really think that there's a nice pool of new music that's going to keep people entertained. And,
yes.
You know, it's only going to service the country better in terms of listening to dope stuff and putting out cool content.
Yeah. So obviously, for someone like you, who you say you've been grinding for so long, for like 9 years, and then you get someone on the other end who's like an SGC, who seems like an overnight success for us, but not necessarily, because he's also been doing this rap thing since he was 13. He wasn't supposed to be in the club at that age. But anyway, that's not the point. So how do you feel about how everything is just happening so rapidly, as opposed to how in the past it would take months on end, maybe years on end, for something to even get onto the radio, let alone get attention? I mean, the likes of social media also kind of lends its hand a bit.
Yeah. I think the most important thing though is literally going back to basics. I mean, we've done, since November last year, I've done like 90 gigs, literally, some paid, some unpaid, some me stealing a microphone, and it's just humbling yourself to that process, you know. Social media and the internet are obviously going to help you a lot, but there's nothing that can help you as much as literal face-to-face contact in terms of trying to get your name and your awareness out there. And I think that's what's helped the most. And in terms of new talent as well, in the country, I just think the promoters or the DJs, whoever it is, need to spin, play, book all of the new artists more and make them fair for themselves on the stage, you know.
Yeah. Follow him on all social media handles.
Hey, yo, shout out 5FM, shout out MsCosmo, shout out The Stir Up. It was a crazy ass interview. It's super fun. We just dropped the OFF BOYZ remix live on radio, baby. It's hard. We're coming in hard. Make sure you download it when it comes out. Make sure you stay locked on The Stir Up. Make sure you know that this is the place where it comes in. This is the place where it's hard, and this is the place where we vibe. 5FM, baby.
Live loud 5FM.
To the power of 5. It's MsCosmo.